whatever you do, stick and move. Stick and move. Don't stand in front of that man. Do not stand in front of my man.
I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this, but you know he's gonna be a lot quicker. And if he stay close to Mike,
Jake, what do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him.
Did you ever do a fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that right now.
Stephen A. Smith has unleashed one of his most furious tirades yet, blasting Gervonta Tank Davis for agreeing to fight Jake Paul, and he didn't hold back. On live television, Stephen A. declared that Tank should be ashamed for stepping into the ring with a YouTuber turned boxer. With his trademark fire and no-holds-barred delivery, Smith branded the fight a circus, accusing Davis of trading boxing integrity for hype. To him, this was not sport, but spectacle and insult to the sweet science.
If you likes this, please subscribe, Fight File, and click the bell icon for more new boxing updates.
Steven, I wanted you to come on the show to tell me that you think I'm a great boxer.
I think you're a damn good boxer with a lot of potential. And I got one problem with you, and I told you this already. You are skilled. You cannot be going in the ring beating up on dudes that you know don't box. You can't have a basketball player, UFC fighters. No, they strike. They don't box. There's a difference. They not on your...
As we all know, as a competitive sport boxing fan, this is nonsense. It doesn't make any sense for the sport, for Tank as a world champion fighting Jake Paul, as Jake Paul trying to become a world champion fighting Tank. None of that makes sense. Business-wise, this thing's gonna blow up. So let's see about the business of this thing. Let's see what the narrative is for this fight. Because again, I think Jake's gonna come in there and try to knock Tank Davis out. And if Tank's not taking him seriously, believe it or not, that potentially could happen. And I'll explain why. The breakdown,
Smith highlighted the glaring mismatch, reminding fans that Jake Paul walks around at over 200 pounds, while Davis is a 135-pound champion. He questioned whether the event could tarnish boxing's reputation, warning that high-profile crossover bouts risk turning the sport into nothing more than a sideshow. This isn't the first time Smith has gone after Davis, following Tank's controversial majority draw against Lamont Roach back in March. Smith actually defended him, pointing to his impressive record, poise under pressure, and immediate willingness to accept a rematch. In that moment, Stephen A. placed Davis among the top 3 boxers in the world, praising his power, skill, and knockout artistry.
Can't buy the hype at this particular moment in time. Now, I'll give Jake Paul credit for this. At least he's in the ring with a boxer. But 57 years old is 57 years old. And 57 years old and formally walking into a UFC fight as an audience member, as a patron with a cane, it's hard to me believe a year later that you're going to be in any condition to really fight. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. And if you're Jake Paul, here's what I want to say to you. It's Mike Tyson, that's fine. It's a money fight, I get you, and you want to make money. But at some point in time, if you keep telling us that you're taking boxing seriously and you want to be recognized as a big-time boxer / fighter, you're going to have to fight somebody closer to your age, who is a contender at the very least in the sport and who lives with it every single day. Could you please get in the ring with somebody? Pretty please, with sugar on top. Gervonta Davis might be every bit as box office as Maverick himself. As exciting, as electric, because this dude performs every time out, y'all. Wherever Davis goes, wherever he fights, fans justifiably follow. He's that special. And Davis is without a doubt one of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now. Don't you even doubt it.
But now, he sees Tank's decision to fight Jake Paul as a stain on that legacy. For Smith, it comes down to credibility. Davis is a proven world champion. Jake Paul, despite his rise as an entertainer-turned-boxer, is still considered inexperienced in comparison. To pit them against one another, Smith argued, risks damaging Tank's reputation. He also took aim at the growing trend of mismatched exhibition fights.
The world to recognize. This is one of the top 5 fighters on the planet. He might be top 3 You can make a legitimate argument for him being 3-1 or whatever. Frank Martin, props to him, came into the fight 18-0, 12 knockouts. Clearly did not have the power to keep Gervonta Davis from stalking him from opening tap. That's what he did. He stalked him and stalked him and stalked him. Okay? Frank Martin caught him with some good shots. Gervonta Davis kept coming. So he can punch. He's a knockout artist. He can box. He's not given enough credit for it. Okay? He closes. He finishes. Once he smells blood, he's like a shark in blood-infested waters, Molly. He will finish you. Yep. Okay? And by the way, he is an elite boxer. And so the time has come for this.
Smith tore into Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, calling it not just sad, but outright disgusting. He insisted that Paul needs to stop chasing spectacles against retired legends or celebrities and instead step into the ring with real contemporary competition. Still, Stephen A. did give Paul some credit. He acknowledged Jake's promotional genius and his ability to draw mainstream attention to the sport. But he stressed that true respect in boxing is earned the hard way by facing elite fighters, not stars past their prime. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has kept the mood lighter in typical fashion.
Jake Paul is a professional. At some point in time, I don't give a damn if it's a light heavyweight. Better BF, Bivol, a super middleweight, Canelo, Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, somebody that actually has a reputation. The time has come for Jake Paul to step into the ring with a cat who actually boxes for a living and give us that fight. I appreciate the fact of him promoting. I appreciate him having the cachet as a former YouTuber turned boxer. I like Jake Paul. I respect Jake Paul. I'm just saying, because I like him and because I respect him, I want to see him in the ring. And I don't want to hear, I know his numbers are better, but then he's going to say, I don't need Canelo. Canelo needs me. Well, wait a minute. It ain't just about popularity.
After the Tyson fight, when asked about a Davis matchup, he cracked a playful joke at the press conference. Pointing to Tank's height and the obvious weight gap, Paul quipped about whether boxing also has rules for height classes, a dig that underscored the mismatch while adding humor to an otherwise tense moment.
Right. Jake Paul responds to Gervonta Tank Davis call out and absolutely takes the moment and the opportunity to clown Gervonta Tank Davis's height in the sport of boxing. And he says here, is there a height limit in the sport of boxing? This is where Jake Paul says, and his team, Gervonta Tank Davis needs me. We don't need Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's listen here.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
So is Stephen A. right? Should Gervonta Davis be ashamed for taking this fight, or is it just smart? Business? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fight news.